What's going on, people? It's your boy, Stay Connected, people. Today, people, I'm reacting to this clip on Hot 97. People, man. People are saying Akaash crashed out. And this is when he talks about his wife ruined his life. In the first interview he's done back, people, this is his first interview back from the whole situation with his wife. His wife saying a whole bunch of stuff, and that could hurt his career or ruin his career or drain his career or make fun of his people making fun of his wife or him and making jokes out of it, and so he goes on to Hot 97 to explain how it's not even that it ruining his life, in it. He's just like clearing it up, clearing the air, and telling them people, you know, it was not even that that deep, in it. Why people thinking this is deep for? I already knew this stuff was gonna play out and stuff. But anyway, people, let's get into these clips. Let's go.
So that's our bedroom. And I couldn't even afford that. So
she's looking out for you.
She's
believing in you and your dreams.
Yeah, I mean, she's stressed, but like, she's like, I'm not leaving. Basically, she's like, I don't know what's going to happen, but I know I want to be with you. I want to marry you. You're my guy. You're my man.
Now, did she know how broke you were at this point?
Yeah.
She knew you were flat
I was
broke.
very transparent about.
Okay, so you didn't like lie to keep her.
No. I don't. I would rather be honest and everybody leave than be phony and, you know.
Yeah, and stay.
Yeah, genuineness is something I strive for. I'm not saying I'm the most honest person, but that's what I strive for.
Oh, so people, what he's talking about here is like, you know, how he met her, how he's up and coming comedian, and she was one of these people that he got with her, and she was like, yo, she was the breadwinner, innit? And basically in their relationship and stuff. So basically, yeah, man. So he's basically saying that, listen, this is how it happened. This is how I was with her before the fame, or I was like up there, but not too up there. I was just trying to get up there. Do you know what I mean? Basically, that's what he's basically trying to say in this clip right here, people. So yeah, he's just basically talking about how she helped him get to success, made a drawing board, you know, of like, you know how you start writing things down and stuff like that. You basically done like a drawing board, like to say we got to do this, do that, goals basically, innit? And she basically helped him on the way. But anyway, let's get back into the clips, people.
But then I remember she made a vision board for me, and she put Joe Rogan on there. She put Radio City on there. She put one other thing that didn't happen, but I don't care. I think it was the Comedy Cellar, and I was like, well, who cares? But Radio City's happening. Joe Rogan has happened twice, and then I think she might have put Netflix on there. So we'll see what happens with this one. I don't know. You know, we'll see.
Fingers crossed, man. This is crazy.
Yeah.
You know, you need to thank her, right?
All the time. I buy her nonstop things.
I know. I see her. I love her, by the way.
She loves you.
I love her. I think she is so kind and genuine, and I love that she talks whatever she wants to talk about. She pops that at whoever.
Yeah.
But there's something special about that, and you're really lucky.
I agree.
You're really lucky.
Yeah, no,
and
it got me some hot water, but I don't. It's fine. I don't, like, it was good for me to go through that and be like, oh, that's all noise.
All of it.
None of that matters. Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, for people who are listening, they might know, but like, you know, it's like a different audience. Like, I didn't realize in the space that you function in, podcast world, because you guys are very, very famous. I didn't realize like people were giving your wife a hard time for standing up for you or having an opinion.
No, she said shit that if I said it, everybody would say it was a joke. And she and I have because we've only had sex with each other, she and I have a
people, that's not the point though. The point is why people are getting at him is because he's made jokes about other people supposedly doing the same thing, basically like Fresh and Fit, basically how they got at them saying about they don't date black people, in it, which it was not true, because I remember that very podcast, a caller, they had like a call-in show, and they was talking about do you date black women or something like that? And obviously as a joke, they was like, oh, we don't go with the night riders and stuff like that. They always said it in a funny way, innit? And that basically got viral, innit? It went viral on Twitter, then went viral everywhere. And then Akaash and Angie Schultz had the fresh and fit to say, why don't you date black women and all sorts like that, knowing that, you know, they were going hard on them, but really they were like, we like black women, but you know what I mean? It was like the call out, we was just taking the piss out because of the call, wasn't it? Basically, it wasn't like, you know what I mean? They've been with black women, they've been with this, they've been with people outside the different races and stuff, but it was a joke thing, isn't it? So this is why people are finding this guy Akaash a bit of a hypocrite, you know what I mean? And all sorts like that, and why they're laughing at him right now because of his wife's coming out and saying the most ridiculous stuff in it, basically saying I want to do this, want to do that, even if it's jokes. People, it's not even jokes. Imagine this is your wife talking like this, like willingly, openly, like you're making, she's making you look bad as a man. Like that is crazy, and that's just crazy to hear and witness and stuff like that. I think they should have kept that as like a little joke between them two. You know what I'm saying? Personally.
Relationship where it's like, I don't give a what you say, she can give a what I say. I have her location, she has my location. Every time if you look at 90% of her TikToks, they're on our couch. Like she don't go nowhere without me. So I'm like, whatever you say, I don't care. I know you. But the internet just ran with it and made it a thing. And at first, it really like f***ed me up.
I wanted to ask you, how did you really feel? Because like I can't ever gauge, because you are a comic. You're so good at this. You do have thick skin.
Yeah.
I have seen, well, like meaning for the most part, the success that you have had. I don't know. I don't feel like things really faze you like that. So I couldn't gauge if it really hurt.
I was deeply fazed.
But what hurt you about?
It's just they're saying it about your wife. And I think the stuff they say about me will make me insecure. But when you're saying this about my wife and you're calling her all this vile stuff, people were messaging my mom and her mom saying she's a whore, she's this, she's that. It was like, yo, this is crazy how far this has gone. And everything she gets said, y'all are chopping up. And I've probably done this to 1,000 famous people. So
what I will say, people, is like that is a bit messed up and all sorts like that. Messaging family members and people close to them, innit, and all that lot. But you know what I mean? It is a bit messed up. That's the one thing I will say. In any cases, any sort of situation, it is a bit messed up for that. But you know what I mean? The internet's a cruel place. The world is a cruel place, and you know, you expect him to be a comedy actor as well. He makes jokes every day, so you know some people will say, well, this is a bit of a taste of your own medicine, basically, innit? You say jokes about everyone every day, so why can't you have a joke about this? You know, that's what people will say from that perspective as well. Well, you're a comedian, sorry. You're a comedian. Why you take this joke? You should be taking jokes, right?
I don't knock the people who did it.
Sure.
But it did let me, I think God does everything for a reason, and I think for me, this was God's way. Because this is how I found out I had some level of fame.
This is recent.
Yeah.
So you're just realizing your fame now?
I didn't know, because people would be like, what was your I made it moment? I was like, I haven't made it. What are you talking about? And now it's like, well, when the whole world called my wife a whore, I realized I'm doing okay.
That you've made it.
Yeah. That's how I found out. But I think it was just like, I'm watching them say this about her. Y'all don't know her. You're doing it off a 2-minute TikTok.
That's right.
I know this woman, and I read people pretty well. That's kind of like what most of my clips are about.
Right.
I'm not that big of a moron that a girl would lie to me for.
With the whole TikTok stuff, I would say personally, TikTok is TikTok for a reason. You know what I mean? 1-minute clips will make you get out of context and no context. That's why sometimes on one whole video, 1 minute, you know, you got to correct everything in that 1 minute. You know what I mean? That's why TikTok is why TikTok is why it is TikTok. 1 minute clips, personally.
14 years or whatever, 10 years, about being a virgin, and I would not even bother watching her TikToks to find out she talks about getting, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
None of this, how are we believing this? I couldn't understand it. But I think it was God's way of telling me, you always say you want like a happy, healthy family. You need to know what comes with this fame thing and decide if you really want it. And I realized I don't really want that. I want to be the best stand-up comedian I can be, hopefully ever. Yeah. All that other shit, I don't care. If we go to the Met Gala, she probably made me. I don't give a about walking on this stupid red carpet. Your pick, like I don't care about any of that.
Yeah.
Now I just want the happy, healthy family. And you know what? You actually probably have dealt with more than I have, and maybe even more than what she has, because they've been going at y'all for years.
A gazillion years at this point. That's why I think I'm so surprised, because you have always been so nurturing to Colin and I. Every time that we have seen you, you have done nothing but show us support. So it's always conflicting for me. When I see your name in the news or something, I'm like, Akaash is a nice guy. What's going on? I don't even tune in like that, right? Because of what's happened and what I've been through, and seeing the lies that people have said about Colin.
Oh yeah, she went out of Kaepernick. Yeah. I've forgotten her name again, people, man. I literally forgotten her name. I can't remember her name. People in the comment section, what's her name again? I literally forgot her name.
I'm very, maybe God was teaching me a lesson early on, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't really look at headlines. I don't look at clips like that. There's always, now I'm always like, well, I need to know everything before I have like an opinion. Yeah. So that's why I was more surprised, because you've always given me words of encouragement to keep going. You've never, man, it's like you made me feel good at some of the times when I've ran into you that I know I'm not feeling well about everything. I don't want to, just like you, I don't want to see people bashing my husband. Yeah. It's just terrible, especially when you know this person, they're a good person and they're selfless and all this. So I was surprised that, and I don't know, maybe because I was like, maybe he's acting because he could do this. Maybe now like comics are all actors now. But then I can understand why it bothered you. Like hearing that
right
now.
That's the love of your life, and you're with the love of your life.
That's
and and here's a story I'll tell on your behalf that I would tell.
Yeah, you would think the comedy world and acting world will collide, didn't it? Basically, you would literally personally think like they'll both get into like these type of zoned out characters, telling stories, getting into stories, making stories up, getting a crowd going, getting them intrigued. You would think that, you know what I'm saying, people? You definitely would think that the two would match and collide together. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that's a good perspective right there.
Everybody, this was before, probably the off season before the whole controversy started, before the protests and all that started. Colin came to a taping of Guy Code versus Girl Code, and I tell the story to everyone who ever brings up Colin. He was the most low maintenance person I've ever seen. Even people who are on camera, like this guy's worth, at this point, I think it's on a $100 million contract. I don't know what the bonus was, but he's a rich guy. Super quiet. I remember I went up to him. I shook his hand. He said, "Hi, I'm Colin. Nice to meet you." Gave me a handshake. Was very kind. Didn't ask for he wasn't like pressing anybody to get him XYZ. And then I remember this, man. You were filming a segment. Let's be honest, MTV's paying us dog money, especially relative to what he's doing. The viewership of Guy Code versus Girl Code versus an NFL game is like not even a thing.
Or his Super Bowl game,
but
whatever,
I swear to God, I remember he's sitting behind me and his elbows are on his knees and he's leaned over watching you film so attentively. And then you said some wild shit, which I love about you. You're the talk about flagrant. You're the most flagrant. I love it. You said something about how you made him do something to like prove the bond, like with the door open or something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I poop in front of him. Well, the door open. It's
you
important.
force the issue. Yeah. He taps my knee when that happens. He don't even know me. I'm just some bum on this. Like he taps my knee. He goes, "That's true." And he was so like proud of you. And I was like, "Yo, this is a good dude." So whenever that whole controversy started, I was like, "Yeah, I don't give a what y'all have to say about him." You know what I mean?
And I'll never forget that, Akaash. Like, because you could have easily just continued the bandwagon of just disrespecting him or just, talking mean. And you always share that story, and it always like makes my heart happy because that is Colin. Yeah. So kind. So through and through, that is Colin. Yeah. So I get how you feel when someone's talking about your family. What are we talking about right now?
Context, yeah.
But do you feel like, how do I say this? I don't want to say it's like, is it on site or are you evolved at this point?
There's certain people that it's...
Hey, people. What is Colin Kaepernick doing nowadays anyway? I haven't seen him in a while and stuff, you know what I'm saying? I'm not really seen him in a while, so yeah, people, let me know what he's saying as well. Like what is he doing nowadays? Yeah, let me know, people, in the comment section.
It's like I don't know if it's on site or what, but it's like I think God will give you yours, and you know,
sure.
That's
You're
kind of
evolved.
what I kind of try to remember that. But there's a side of me that's like, maybe it's a short guy thing, but I really identify with like Kendrick Lamar, where it's like, if we want beef, I'll destroy everything, I'll burn everything down. There's a little part of me that's pre-therapy.
No, we don't want that.
That's like, I don't care about the money, I don't care about whatever. You came at my wife, let's just burn it all down.
I get it. How did she feel about everything?
She was, I mean, look, it affected her for sure,
course.
but she said, this is where I don't like, I wish people knew, and I said this to her before she started doing social media. She's the most like multi-dimensional person I know, where she pops off, says crazy shit, says disrespectful shit, but also is so spiritual, so grounded, and so like so sweet, and so like she has so many facets to her. She said on like the first week this was happening, she goes, you know what, baby? God knows what's true. We know what's true.
That's right.
What else matters? Who cares what anybody thinks? And I was like, I care. What are you talking about? Were you crazy? But she just kind of kept that energy. She was like, whatever y'all think about me is whatever y'all think about me. I know who I am. God knows who I am. That's it.
I love that.
Yeah, it's...
But that's the thing now. No one can be oblivious to the internet right now. The internet is the internet for a reason, people. That's the main thing about this. Like, so it kind of, I think she already knew what she was getting into. I think they both knew what they were both getting into whilst doing this. Whether they liked the backlash or didn't like the backlash, you know what I'm saying? The backlash was for a reason, and it's got them talking, got them onto interviews, it's got them talking about their relationships, you know what I mean? So this, all we know is this could have just been more for like PR stunts, more of this, more roles. How do we know? You know what I mean? You never know about the internet nowadays, you know what I'm saying, people? It's a crazy pace. Right? There's crazy attention. Crazy people want to do a lot for attention. Yeah, man. Some people just get new deals for this. You don't know where these two were, what they were trying to do before they pressed the button, knew it was going to go viral.
It's cool. I mean, it's stressful, and like I had to realize there's a lot of people's voices in your ear, like it talking in your ear, like she needs to do this, she needs to do that, and then I had to realize like she's the one that's actually strong and courageous, and the rest of us are like running and hiding and going dark and blah blah blah. And she's like, no, I know who I am. Go f yourselves.
Yeah.
So
were you surprised that some people were telling you that she shouldn't be on social media? Like she shouldn't have a voice?
No, I think the thing what was
surprising?
Yeah, the thing that surprised me is so many people ran and made videos when they have my number or they have we've messaged each other on Instagram, and it's like, yo, you could have just asked me what really is happening.
Yeah.
Like people are saying foul stuff about her, and one guy was like, man, I hope I get to talk to him, and it's like, man, you got my number. You could just text me. He's talking about my marriage and like, oh, I know he had an arranged marriage, and it's like, really? Because you weren't invited to the wedding, so how would you know if we had an arranged marriage or not? We didn't, which I wouldn't mind if we did. Yeah, but I guess the idea was like he didn't know what he was getting into because it was an arranged marriage.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, but you didn't. I never even thought of inviting you. You weren't. If I thought of 1,000 people, you didn't make that list. So why are you running out here talking? You could just reach out as a human. And then I realized this fame thing is a monster, man.
That's right.
And people want that badly.
That's
and they'll
right.
run and talk about you for views, even
That's
if you're
right.
friends. And that's where I'm like, man, I don't want that. I don't want to sacrifice the morality. I didn't get into this to be famous. I thought it was cool at the time. Now it's like, it is what it is. I got into this to be the best comic possible. Everything else is noise. Take care of my family, be the best comic possible. Everything else is nonsense. And that's kind of where I sit right now.
And you feel good about it?
I feel much lighter, dude, when I realized like my ticket sales were not affected. They've gone up, if anything.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, these people have their community online and they bash people, and that's good for you. that's not an existence I would love, and I have my existence, and I'm pretty happy with it.
Were you surprised at how many people were so quick to say something because they thought it was your downfall? Like, you're like, oh, that's how you really feel about
Yeah, I
me.
guess, I don't know if I thought it was, because I don't, this sounds like I'm being fake humble. I think because I'm surrounded by so many people so much more successful than me, I never see myself at any kind of peak. So to me, there's like no downfall to happen, because again, this is like the first time I thought, oh, I have some level of fame that what my wife says is newsworthy.
Right.
But so I don't think downfall. I think I was just like, oh, y'all just want this fame thing more than anything. And I've realized it's addictive, and it can, I think, lure you in before you realize it. You're addicted to it, and you're saying stuff about like, we're supposed to be really good friends, and you're saying stuff or letting stuff slide. And I'm like, you're not a bad person. You just really want the fame. And you might be kind of broken if you've seen the other side of fame and you've experienced it and you still want it. There's probably something wrong with you. Ooh. I don't personally want that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't realize this is where we're at now. Truly.
Yeah.
Of course, people know that the internet is the internet for a reason, people. Do you know what I mean? Of course they know where they know where everything's at, you know what I mean? Of course. Who don't know that we're in the internet digital era of where you can say things and get it for views. It can be it could be a fake argument, it could be a fake fight, it could be a fake prank. Anything can go viral if you want it to go viral, you know what I mean? This whole thing could just be a whole setup for who we know. And he and she wanted it. Him and his wife wanted that viral moment. We never know.
I'm happy for you.
Oh, thank you.
Because that it's freeing.
Yeah, it is freeing.
It's freeing now.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay. But I think it's also revealing. I think it shows everybody's cards, right? When you go through something, you're like, oh, that's what you said. You have my number. You could have just called me.
Yeah, my circle got a lot smaller. And you're in the circle, even though we don't hang out. It's like,
Absolutely.
yeah, but she didn't run her mouth. She didn't do it. She's on the radio every day or whatever. She could have done whatever she wanted, and she just didn't.
Yeah.
And that is a thing I admire. There's people I thought I was sure would run with this that didn't say anything. That I was like, oh, that's cool. I respect you for not just dogpiling and doing it for views.
I also think it's weird when people pull family in.
Yeah.
Right? Like for something that they don't know. And it's like now you're running with a whole narrative that like you don't even know is true.
Yeah.
And I have just, again, God humbled me maybe years and years ago. Like, I know what lies can do and what that pain can be. So I try to be as respectful as I can. It may not make me as popular,
right?
But I can sleep all right at night knowing, hey, man, I didn't do that when I could have. I could have kicked you in the back and but I never did that.
Right.
There you go, people. People, let me know what you think about this clip. What do you think about this whole situation? Is he done? Is his career gone? Let me know, people, in the comment section down below.